recording. Welcome to another one for Week of Dungeons and Dungeons. We're here. We made it. Last week, you ended up fighting a stone giant group. After leaving Nature's Hold, you guys teleported back when you met some new friends, some new interesting folks. In Strongclaw, you gathered more of the Strongclaw people that survived whatever strange attack occurred from some evil, described as a minotaur-looking beast wielding a blue glowing orb, devastated the Strongclaw tribe, and there are a few survivors. But of the survivors, they're taking refuge inside Nature's Hold in exchange for some of their special jewels and an alliance being formed between some unlikely allies all through the friendships the Phandlin crew has made inside this game.
Man, we're so good at this.
Yeah. Then you traveled outside, and friendship is what got you involved in a fight. Yeah.
We're fairy tale.
Oh no.
Stop.
Well,
We win the game with friendship.
that'll change. Don't worry. That will change.
Why you do this?
Anyway, you just made the end of Act 2, the boss just went up 100 HP for that comment.
It was already 3,000. What's it matter?
What's another 100?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Maybe another 1,000 then. Mazo recognized a stone giant he once was friends with named Jiver, and he was getting the ever-living life beaten out of him by other deserting stone giants. You stepped in, killed 3 of them. One who was sort of on the fence aided once Jiver was up on his feet and got him to his side with a persuasion check. The rest of the group dispatched the other 3 giants, and with that, Maznell was now approaching a very battered, bloodied, broken-jawed Jiver and his friend. That's where we are right now. So I ask all of you on your journey for the storm giants, what are you all doing?
I'm sorry, that was
That
really
was so
loud.
loud.
See, shit happens.
I am going to go beside my red bearded friend so that he doesn't get squashed by himself.
Okay. Yes, very good. Very good, Mazdal.
Wow.
Do you need me to describe anything for you? Would you like to do something, Mazdal? You're looking a little like
No,
but you're not sure.
just making sure nothing else is going on. I will talk to Jiffer then.
All right. Well, you can approach Jiver, where the other stone giant is still a little unsure, a bit adversarial towards him, but not aggressive. Yeah, I saw you nearly die. Fantastic. That would be a strange one to record your friend dying and not being able to do anything. Like, who has Justin's home phone number? Has anybody got his mom?
Yeah,
Let me
right.
get over there. We got to drive over there. Holy, no one's going to know.
I mean,
Anywho, you turn and the lumbering giant, which is 3 times your size, turns to you, and with a crooked smile and a dislodged jaw, you see Jiver trying to raise his hand, but even that sore has like a high. It seems like many ribs are cracked. His forearm has a bone protruding out of it. The other one, he is messed up from what was going on.
God.
Mosnell, it's good to see you.
You too. It's been a while.
It sure has. Maybe 6 years to the day, possibly. What strange fortune has brought you to aid me at this time?
Well, we were on our way to see if we could speak with the storm giants.
He gets down to one knee, get closer to what you're used to. With as large as you are as a person, you always feel dwarfed by the giants. But your giant's axe has a way of giving you like almost equal footing for some of the more antagonistic giants you've come across in the past. He leans in. The storm giants. That's a mighty tall order.
Did you not eat?
Yes, well, we're looking for anyone to aid in the North's defense from the Cobalt Alliance.
He turns and looks at his ally, and his ally still stands nearly unmoving, giving Stone a pretty good name for these gigantic creatures. We know quite a bit about this fight for the North. And all you guys can only hear the giants speaking right now.
Oh, do I have to? Do I have to do it again?
Well, I'm just letting you know. Only Mosnell can understand.
I actually
because
don't
they're speaking in
I don't know
giant.
if I have it prepared today.
I don't think you did.
The
Not today. Yes. Not
Part
burning that
of-
spell slot.
why I was being battered was for my dissent in supporting the North. Stone giants aren't what they once were. It almost seems like a curse of greed befell the stone giants. They jumped at the opportunity to join the Cobalt Alliance.
Why would they do that? Why, were they given something in return?
Not physically. Many of our people are philosophers or thought provokers, not one for violence. But they offered power, recognition we haven't seen in millennia. The All-Father crafted the giants as equals, but in the real world, the giants are not equals. Force begets force, and as a normally peaceful group of people, a way of life, many had grown tired, and new philosophies were being adopted. Young people, young giants, who believed they knew a better way forward than the old ways. They met with this Escott Grandier, and they struck up a deal. We didn't have any intention, but somehow his words spoke to them in ways our advice could not land.
It's troubling.
Most troubling. And I
How
fear
How many joined the Cobalt Alliance? Did any decide not to?
as one people, we go with the majority. And since the majority ruled, even in our dissent, we were forced to fight with the Cobalt Alliance, all of the Stone Giant clan. I fear I have no home to go back to, for once a decision is made, that is the path we take.
Well, if you're willing to pay back the North for the Storm Giants changing sides, I think you could help us.
If I had that power, Marcinelle, I would have sought it out a long time ago. The Storm Giants can only be found when they choose to be found. I can point you in the
elusive
right
group.
direction, at the very least.
Any help would be definitely accepted.
He points off in the direction that you guys were already going for on the map. I believe it's like Mishun's feet and its head. I believe you guys are already in the same direction, so it only further confirms you're all in the right place and on the right track. The rest of you see the giant point off in the same direction. You're able to see like, oh yeah, okay, we're on the same page. Clearly things are going good, and Maslow's discussing the storm giants.
This guy's just been flapping his jaw while it's just kind of like hanging on there.
Yeah.
That's gross. I'm gonna.
It's not so much like it's off and there's blood and all that. It's like dislocated under the skin. So it's at an angle, and he's talking at an angle now.
Walk up to him as he's kneeling down and just kind of cure wound, pop it back into place.
Oh, sure. He's taken back a little bit at first. Little flinch there. The other stone giant moves a little aggressively, goes to take out a weapon, but as the jaw snaps into place, they both understand that you're healing.
He's healed for 8.
Okay. You snap the jaw back in place.
I just couldn't look at it anymore.
Good thing he can't understand you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That's where we believed they were as well. Where will you go? What will you do?
I'm unsure at this time. I guess I'm only here with my friend. We will have to find somewhere to go until all this ends. It'll be difficult of someone our size, but the mountains are always a home to the stone giants.
Well, I wish you luck and stay well. And I'll hold out my hand, my tiny, tiny little hand.
He's one index finger comes across as you guys are used to, and you guys shake hands, and he goes, "Same to you, Master. By chance, have you found the Stone Seeker? Have you come across it in your travels?"
Stone Seeker.
Yes. The item that was stolen from us that we discussed so many years ago.
Yes, I have not heard or found anything.
That is understandable. Of your blight, we have not made progress either. But I will keep my eyes out and my ears to the stone.
Busy times we live in.
I miss the days of peace and quiet and prosperity.
Agreed.
He releases, you release your hand from his index finger, and he stands up, he motions to his friend, and the two of them begin walking through the forest, pushing trees aside, headed in a different direction from what they were originally going toward their home.
I lean over to Bologna. That was all just like grunts and yawns to you, right? It's not just me.
Yeah, no, that was gibberish.
Okay,
I don't think they were actually communicating.
Masno rejoins the group with Ulazal by his side.
Are they okay?
Oh, I'm still speaking giant, sorry.
That's
Takes us a moment to switch over.
wait, that was a language.
Yes, that's giant. The only other language I know.
Fitting.
Yes, isn't it?
So are they going to be okay?
I think so. Jiver's a good giant.
Does he know anything about the storm giants?
He knows they're only found if they want to be.
That's super unhelpful.
Doesn't bode well for us.
No, but he does know they're usually found the same direction we are heading at this moment.
That's somewhat helpful. Let's hope our gambit pays off with the whole memory thing and the whole tracking thing.
Yes. I feel pretty good about it.
All right.
Just
No,
I mean, I'm excited. I'm ready to find something new. Track it down.
Mazna, you hear a voice inside your head.
Oh,
Hi, this is Phi. Quick question about your friend. Is Ralia a good person?
Oh no!
We.
Well, we don't really
The-
know.
There is quite a lot of dead being raised from the Cobalt Alliance. And, most are okay with it. Just checking.
ugh. Hello, voice in my head. Ralia likes raising bodies. And she usually uses them for good, so Ralia probably good. She used them against the Cobalt Alliance.
Cut.
Mazna, why were you just talking to yourself?
What? I wasn't talking to myself.
What is wrong with you today?
I received a message in my head. Very weird.
Oh.
Oh,
Ah.
okay. I get
Okay.
that. Yeah, I can do that. Yep. Totally checks out.
All right, are we moving on?
I'm ready to go when you guys are.
Okie dokie. So this would have been the next
Wait.
morning.
Is there anything interesting on the giants' bodies?
Oh, you can make an investigation check.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm gonna help him out.
Oh,
Oh yeah, are you gonna roll or are you giving me advantage? You should roll. You're the rogue. I rolled a 14.
Ooh,
It's not bad.
21.
so close. That was so close.
I'm pretty sure there's a section in Storm King's Thunder where it's just like what you can find in a giant's bag.
Really?
It's just a table you roll on. It's pretty cool.
I will glance over that right now for funsies because we have D&D Beyond thanks to Justin. So why wouldn't we at least take a gander at that?
Who's this Justin character? I'm Bologna.
Indeed.
So
Well,
immersed.
Bologna doesn't have D&D Beyond, Justin.
I got him.
Boom.
As you guys start investigating them, you find their gigantic weapons that are heavier than you that you cannot pick up.
I can lift it.
You can
I try
attempt
to
to lift it. Yo, they did calculations for how strong people would be in life, very loose calculations to get their strength score for people like the Mountain, the real life version of him from the Icelandic one, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And they're like, you'll be thrilled to know that Arnold Schwarzenegger is a 20 strength score. we know this isn't a perfect science, but we love the outcome. That's fantastic. I was watching like the strongman challenges and Arnold's things and seeing them. Oh my god, they're not bodybuilders; they're strength builders. So they got guts and stuff on them. But
Yeah.
Doesn't
wow.
matter.
Wow, like that gave
Doesn't
me a whole
matter.
new
Yes.
perspective for like what humans are capable of strength wise. Because normally in a movie you see The Rock do something, you're like, fuck, shut up, Rock. They were moving the equivalent of a fully all the equipment on a fire truck over 100 feet by themselves.
Nice.
It was over a ton. They're just pushing these things. I'm like, okay then.
Right.
Strong boy.
Right.
Gotta get that nice 20 strength score.
There we go. All right.
I'd like to see Ula's all
Roll a
try.
percentage die, Harry.
Am I rolling strength as well?
You guys go and you see the one that was... Yeah, go ahead and roll a strength check. But as you see the leader giant in your investigations, you see a big old sack on the side of him. And you take your
Ew.
sword...
I'm sorry.
You see a big old bag on the side of him. And you take your sword and you start cutting it open to see what pours out.
65.
65. You drop dead.
Rip.
That's not my madness table.
An anvil falls out of the bag.
As you open the bag, you see a chest slide out, and it is open and unlocked, and just out from it, gold coins fall out. Just
Oh.
this whole thing slams to the ground inside there, along with a couple other things. Oh,
How much gold?
why don't you make a look for it?
I will start collecting it, splitting it up into 5 different piles.
Such a good guy.
You also see a painted rocking horse come out of there, along with toboggans.
Well, if it
And
snows, this could make things
They
easier.
are way too big for you
Oh,
guys,
darn
but
it.
too small for giants. It seems like a novelty that they picked up, something they found interesting. And strangely enough, a giant-sized stuffed animal comes out.
That's adorable.
It is the shape of a duck, and it seems to be used of all kinds of furs and pelts and sheep wool.
Oh, that's horrifying.
It is a very, very strange-looking stuffed animal for a creature to have on them.
How much gold?
Out of the gold inside that treasure chest is about 356 gold pieces you
Nice.
find in there.
About
About exactly.
Precisely.
Yeah, about exactly. You have 356 gold pieces. You guys spend the next couple of minutes, I'd say about 20 minutes, counting the pieces.
Everyone
sorting the
gets 71.
Point
I
2.
70.
71.2
There's
precisely.
no point two. One person gets one extra coin.
I get 72. Because I'm Divvy.
That's
71?
fair. 71.
You also, as you're cutting the bag, can hear the rumbling of bees. Peeking in, you can see there's also a massive beehive stuck to the bottom of this bag. You didn't cut it all the way, so that is something nice for you in that sense. If you guys want to harvest some honey or honeycombs, you can try and fight the giant-sized bees to do that.
Wait, no, hold on.
It's
It's important to
throw it at
know
our
if
enemies.
it's just a big beehive or if they're giant bees.
Make a perception check.
Hey, while all of this is going on, I'm just gonna get
Nine?
started on a little.
I mean, it's a big beehive, but you haven't seen a single bee yet, so it could be either or.
What are you doing?
While this is going on, I'm just gonna get started on a 3rd level prayer of healing for everybody.
Okay.
15 strength, by the way.
15 strength. You're flexing, you're pulling up on one of the giant's weapons, and you get like a little bit, a little forward. Whoa! Looking at something budges a little bit, and a couple of your group gives a look like no, and then and then you have to let go,
Gonna drag this tree with us.
and you're unable to lift it.
Oh, Rick.
Monster, they're gonna know exactly where we are. How?
Sticking up
Giant
from the
line
trees.
in the dirt. Ooh.
Does anyone know how to harvest honey?
You stick your hand in.
Be my guest.
All right.
Oh shit, he's sticking it in. All right. Give me a sleight of hand check as you look into the giant's bag and you see this massive beehive, and you go. What you're grabbing honey or a handful of the honeycomb? What are you doing here?
I am going to take some honey.
What could possibly go wrong?
Okie dokie.
It's going for it.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Sleight of hands.
Yeah.
9.
As you bumble your way into this bag and you just start grabbing for honey and ripping part of this nest, as you're ripping and you get a little bit in there and you start seeing some honey pour out, you can see the head of a bee turn towards you, the size of a boulder.
Ah.
Oh, that's Big B.
You start hearing the buzzing of bees.
Oh god.
So loud it rivals that of the howling of animals. It is a strange audio to hear, or strange sound
Maybe
to
we
hear
should go.
at such
Yeah, let's leave.
Back it up.
I'm already like starting
because
the
it's so enlarged.
fast walk.
It's a very
I'm grabbing some honey before I back up.
okay.
Just put the bag over it.
Is it?
As you rip out, you have a handful of honey that is slowly coming out and down your arm.
I'm gonna start eating it.
And bees are starting to make their way out of the bag, and you can tell these aren't actually bees. These are hornets that were inside a bee's nest. So these are giant-sized hornets coming out of this bag at this point.
This is the worst case scenario.
And you hear almost deafening. You guys can't communicate now without screaming at the top of your voice. You don't have
I'm
to
like
scream in here.
40 feet away. Mazda, we should get going.
You can't hear that because it's so loud right now.
Grab him by the coat, yank on him.
All right.
Let's
I'll
leave.
run while I'm licking honey off my hands.
He's full on Pooh Bear right now.
I
I'm
see.
doing that joggers like staying warmed up thing.
All right, everybody healed. Your ritual's fine in Bologna, but I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
Ah, balls! We just wanted some money. How much did we heal for?
How much should we?
Hold on.
Why do I always roll good on initiative?
What was all?
15.
Okay.
18.
18. Nice. Belfina. I'm going to have a stroke one of these days trying to sort the names.
Wait,
this
this
is
is your shtick. You're a druid. Now it's your time to shine.
I have a plan.
22.
22.
Okay, pal.
No, 22 22
Healing.
points of healing.
All right.
Oh, dope.
Mosnell
Wow.
and Ari.
Crap.
I said it was a prayer of healing.
Initiative.
Thank
What do
you.
want
From me.
That's awesome.
I rolled real bad. I got a 14. I've got 14 initiative.
14. All right,
I
Ari.
got real bad. I got 14
All right.
initiative.
Mosnell.
12.
I mean, I rolled a 4.
12. Mosnell. Okay.
Stop
And
that.
Bellona.
Stop that, you.
16.
16. Okay.
I rolled an 8 and I still only got a 8. No, what did I roll?
So, Belfina, you're up right now as you're starting to see these gigantic hornets coming outside of this bag from the giant, this ripped bag from the giant.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast polymorph on myself.
Okay.
I love where this is going.
And I think I'm gonna turn into a giant hornet.
I don't care if it's not possible.
No, I
I'm
think
allowing
it
it to
is.
happen. I'm pretty sure giant hornet is fine.
And I'm gonna be like, no, guys, don't do it.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Yes. Also, give them more honey.
21.
Let's go, dude!
You hear in response, honey, 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 honey. And it slowly starts backing up.
Gonna just start, I think, saying honey to it. And, like, going with it.
Okay.
You're becoming one of the hive.
As it's
This is your
We have
new
to leave her
life.
behind.
it starts coming in, and inside the giant hive, as it starts to usher you into there, it's the next person's round right now. So it's now Bologna. What are you doing? As you've just seen her turn into a giant hornet and then go into the bag.
That's weird. I'm gonna leave.
Okay. You use all your movement, bonus action, all that just to run.
No, I'm not even gonna use my bonus. I'm just gonna walk away and just sort of
Okay.
walk, like, just from 30 feet away, just kind of watch what's happening.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm not even gonna ready in action. I'm just gonna chill.
Okay. Ulazal, your turn.
I'm gonna ready a sacred flame if things go south.
Okay.
But I'm gonna also move to a safe distance away
Okay.
and just kind of watch, see how this plays out.
Okay.
Yep.
Ari, your turn.
I'd like to move 135 feet away.
Screw this!
He wants none of this.
Get
So
those
that's-
bees away!
That's movement dash and cunning action dash.
All right.
That's what I like to hear.
That's excessive.
All right. That brings up Mosnell.
This is the quickest combat ever.
I know, right? I'm gonna walk over to Ulazal and Bologna, and I'm just be like, "You guys want some money?" And I'm gonna hold out my hand.
You can see in his hand there's hardly any left. He's eaten most of it, and his hands are very sticky, and there's a trail of honey leading to exactly where he's standing at this point.
You know,
There's a lot in my beard too.
You earned it, buddy.
as
That's all you, man.
As appetizing as that
Okay.
sounds, I'm alright for right now.
Suit yourself.
It is now the hornet's turn, and inside the nest, it is showing you beasts that are still like marginally alive, and you hear it going "teach," and it is stinging and murdering these bees horribly. Hornets are awful, and giant hornets.
alignment change!
Giant hornets are no different than normal shitty hornets, and you have learned this.
Teach.
They do not appear to be offering you any honey. It seems like they are single-minded creatures and are now encouraging you to partake in their mindless murder of this beehive. Insects. I mean, this is what we're at right now. This is what you guys rolled into. If this isn't
wonder if
D&D,
this was
I don't know
written
what
down.
is.
Was this written down? or
This
is-
was a random roll on the table, man.
Scripted.
Is it me now?
like, what
Yes.
if they go in the hive? What would they see?
So I think I'm
That
just gonna,
might
like,
happen.
look around a little bit and then be like, alright, I'm getting out of here, this is weird.
All right.
And I'm just gonna fly away kind of slowly though and like making sure no one's like really insistently following me or anything.
Right. Your persuasion was high enough to make them forget.
Okay, perfect.
And that's what you're able to gather at this point with a 21. You're like, you said, no, go away. And they were like, all right, you know what? There's more honey. I'm going to go get some more honey. Your druidic nature was able to gather all that at this point, and you come away with a new profound disgust for hornets.
Ugh.
She returns, still in giant hornet form. You're all not certain it's her, unless
Wait, did you wild shape or polymorph?
polymorph.
No, I polymorphed.
So she
Okay.
looks just like a new giant wasp coming out to you all. As
Threatening.
Ari is still running away, you can use your turn to get out of the polymorph or continue to fly around as a giant hornet.
I'm gonna fly around as a giant hornet.
All right.
Because why not? And I'm gonna like start following after Ari. It's like
You're holding your action, so you can shoot a sacred flame at her.
I just want to get out of there. I'm not.
Yeah, you're going. But they now see a
Aries
giant hornet
screwed.
pursuing Ari now.
That's
Oh,
true.
that sucks, Ariel.
that is true. But if I knock her out of polymorph while she's in the air, she's gonna take a heck of a lot of fall damage.
That's
but
Zach talking. That's not Ulazal.
that's true.
Yeah, what a dirty metagamer.
Yeah. I am very insightful, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm that insightful.
My initiative's high. I'm gonna shoot her with an arrow.
All right.
Yeah,
You can make an
you have
insight
to
check
make a
if you
dex.
want.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that. Thank you. That was
Insight
very
check.
generous.
Yeah, Bologna, you're up
I
next.
was a
so you
natural
can
20
shoot.
on the insight check for a total of 29.
It's moving with an intelligence different than most wasps.
I think that one's ours.
You're already shooting though. You're ahead of him in the initiative.
Yup, there it is.
Go ahead and roll.
19.
19. As your armor class as a wasp drops, so that hits. I have the stat block up right now, so that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
You're gonna have to make a concentration check.
Yeah, probably.
6 damage.
6 damage.
This is with a crossbow, by the way.
Okay, so
I prefaced that.
Bellona just sort of squints and takes out a crossbow, shoots it after, lands in the back of the gigantic thorax of the giant wasp. You take 6 points of damage.
That's not too bad.
You actually don't have to mark it on there because it's on your creature.
Oh, okay.
So you will find out when you run out of health. So you made a concentration check on that?
Yeah, it's only an 8.
So
well, it's plus your con, so it's 10.
Oh,
okay. So then that's 10 is exactly what you need to maintain concentration. So you're still a giant wasp. Just hits into you. It's still going right now. And you guys still hear this as it's following Airy. What are you doing? Ulazal, you just made your insight check for your turn. Anything else? Before Airy.
I'm gonna cast Sending to Airy.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him. I think that one's ours. Don't worry.
Airy, it's your turn. As you hear Ulazal tell you, I think that one's ours, as you glance over your shoulder at a full sprint to see Zeng chasing after you right now.
Run, Airy! Run for your life!
I'm gonna stop and I'm just gonna stare it down.
All right.
Yo, that's so metal. Let's go, dude. You're so brave.
Mosnell, it's your turn.
You think there's more honey in there?
Let's leave it be. Let's leave it
Yeah.
be.
It
But-
was really good.
Is it worth it?
I think
No.
we should probably go look for the storm giants. There are people who
Oh,
are
for
currently
worth
in
it.
a war right now.
Oh, right, storm giants. That's more important. Let's go.
But your D-Quest, side quest, guys, come on. Years. We skipped out on 5 years. How much worse could it really get?
Let's just let them grind to level 20. Come on.
Oh no.
Yes, let's
While you're mining, the Draugrs are trading.
let Escott regroup and get even stronger. That sounds like an excellent idea. Escott's a dick. All right.
So I'm gonna rendezvous with Airy.
All right, everybody, you meet up.
Are you?
She's still a gigantic bee, Bellona, Fina. You're welcome. I hate this. I hate you, Justin. You could have chose any other fucking name, and you had to choose something that was so close. This is worse than Vex and Vax, all right? Or on
I don't know what that.
It is. God. Anyway,
You're welcome.
you're still a giant wasp, and Airy is staring you down. You're welcome to fight him or not. You're welcome to keep going or do whatever you want or maintain your form.
The true.
Your
final
wings are very
boss.
loud. That's about it. Everything else, you're a gigantic wasp, though, so that's pretty cool. Your mind does wander, though, because intelligence isn't so there as a wasp. So everything seems pretty fascinating, and you do get urges to murder. Actually, your intelligence is really bad. I just looked at the stats sheet. I'm not sure they can communicate with you. You have a 1 for intelligence right
Oh.
now.
That's
Nope.
rough, man.
Yeah, no, we
Can't
can't talk to you.
communicate.
I'm not sure you know how to get out of that form, actually, at this
Whoa.
point. She has a 1 now. But polymorph lasts an hour, right? Or more?
I think so.
don't
So at the
know.
very
It's an
least, you
hour,
have a
I
giant
believe.
wasp following you for an hour.
This is how Belfina and Orhana become the same character. They're just murder hobos.
Suddenly, their alignment shifts and it all makes sense. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just.
I,
When I land, do I land like this?
Yes.
Well, okay.
when you
Yeah.
wear
Right,
pants,
not like people.
do you wear
you land like a normal bee lands
Okay.
on all 8, 2, 4, 6,
think
6,
six.
on all 6, and you have
Right.
gigantic pincers too, according to the image I have in front of me for this one.
Creepy.
So it's very disturbing, and you're massive. They could all ride on your back.
Oh. But they'd have to figure that out.
Sure, and you would have to resist the urge to murder them.
Yeah.
her better.
Well, she still has her personality.
She sure does with a charisma of 3 and a wisdom of 10.
Well, with the polymorph spell, you can maintain your personality and your alignment,
Okay.
but your other stats are reflected.
All right. So you still have a more than benign personality, not towards murder.
Good.
You can recognize we are not enemies.
Hooray!
Yes.
Man,
Yay.
everything around you is so interesting.
All right. So are you all continuing then on your journey with the giant wasp?
Spell.
Eventually.
I'm
I
like
don't know how to
walking
change
a
back.
couple
Yeah,
feet
that's right.
away.
She's killing it.
I just want to see if I can hit her.
You're
I'm
gonna
like
try and hit her
10 feet
again,
away.
Bellona. What'd you just say?
I just wanted to see if I could hit her.
You did.
I did. Still got it.
Was anyone questioning if you didn't have
Still
it?
got it.
I missed a shot earlier.
All right, just keep moving.
Let's go.
Himself. He was.
Ari was like picking up
her
the rear now,
She had to prove it to herself.
keeping eyes on this gross insect.
All right. Are you walking all the way too?
Can I?
Yeah.
This is
can I-
hilarious.
can I ride on
As
you?
you're like going, you're like
Maybe.
knocking trees to the sides and stuff. Animals are freaking out and running away. There's quite a like birds constantly like just from tree after tree. Yeah, there's a lot of scare going on with a giant wasp walking through like a siege creature at this point. What did you say,
Like-
Lizzo?
I'm gonna jump on its back.
You're gonna attempt to. It's pretty large
Oh
though.
god.
So you have to
Wait, how big is this bee?
It's huge. It's a giant
Animal-wise.
wasp.
Give me like a foot wise. How big is it?
Like a rhinoceros size?
Oh, but way bigger than that. These were
Oh
giant
my
wasps.
god!
Like
I was
elephant
picturing
size.
not that.
This is inside a giant sack, which in a giant
I
sack.
don't know how big a giant sack
Yeah,
is.
It's massive. Giants are huge.
Could a whale
Like,
fit
but
inside of
there's
it?
a whole
Yes.
nest in
Wait,
there.
what?
Yes.
So,
Wow.
is it whale sized?
Less than a whale.
That's
More
good.
than-
Can a whale jump out of his
Elephant.
tail? That's an obscure reference for 4 people.
The 4 people that watch this show.
Yep.
It's a medium size.
I'd say it's.
It's the size of a person.
Oh no! It's like 2 minivans.
It's medium size.
2 minivans.
Well, I mean, a
Yeah.
regular wasp is like that big.
No,
so-
not the stat block you looked up, Barry. This is my giant rock.
This is my wasp. All right,
This just got created from a random table. These things are massive.
I'm getting on this bee.
You're going to roll a athletics check to try and climb on a bee. There are no handholds.
13.
Nor does it want to help you. You make a bit of a fool of yourself trying to climb onto it as it's moving, and you are trying to avoid its stinger, which is venomous, you can tell.
Right.
It's leaking venom as it walks.
Oh, it's
through the
leaking
forest.
venom?
We can use this.
I like poison.
Oh, shit. Bunch of psychopaths if I've ever met them. All right. Yes, it is. You do notice this as Ulazal nearly poisons himself, falling
Classic.
off the back of the thorax.
Man, guys, we need to get mounts or
I
horses.
pick up
Airy.
Ulazal and carry him like a baby.
I'm like
Is
I'm like
this really?
I'm
No
like
roll.
an extra like 20 feet behind the bee.
Okay.
I'll slow down and say, Airy,
Yeah.
Airy, do you have any vials or flasks?
I don't know if I have any.
Who's leading this pack right now? Is it the
Mosnell.
fucking bee?
No,
I guess
Mosnell.
I am.
No, Maslow's got it.
All right, give
I
me a
got it.
survival check. As you forage through your home.
21.
Let's go, dude.
With advantage. 'cause
Yeah,
it
I
is
told
your
you he's
home
got it.
land.
Oh, even better. 21.
Yeah, that's
Let's
what I
go,
figured.
dude.
Okay, you're on pace. You're keeping track.
I think I've got like 1 spare vial from an empty potion.
Oh, dude. Look at the poison.
I see something dripping off the stinger, so yeah, it might be poison.
You saw what those arrows did earlier, right?
I don't think this is gonna be the same.
It could be better.
All right,
the most
here you go.
optimistic she's
It's great.
I'll give him just like an empty vial from a potion I've drunk before.
All right, give me a sleight of hand check to not get stung while extracting the poison.
I have lesser restoration. Don't worry.
But if you do, we'll know exactly what it does.
It's true.
See, it's a foolproof plan. Let me see if I have any spells to make myself not get wrecked.
Oh, you're doing it too? All right, then both of you sleight of hand checks.
Oh no, I was.
He's giving it to me.
Oh,
I'm not
yeah.
going. I'm
sorry.
not going near the wasp.
Then go ahead and make that sleight of hand check. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Ares' worst fear. Would you put me down already?
Oh, okay. I thought you were tired.
Just drops them.
Ooh,
into
that's
the
a good roll.
ground. How good though?
That is a 17.
A 17. You are able to fill it up to about 3/4 before, as you're trying to keep pace with the sway of the stinger, you end up getting a big old face full of stinger as it just hits a rock in the forage. And as soon as it hits you, give me a con saving throw.
Oh god.
Paralyzed.
16.
What is your magic
Oh boy.
casting DC?
17, right?
My spellcasting DC?
No, hers.
Your wisdom
Oh.
is 20, so it's 17.
Okay.
You
Papers, I'm wise.
feel your body go stiff and you fall to the ground flat.
Guys.
You're still holding it, and some of it is now leaking out. But you probably are down to about halfway before the poison inside this potion is just fine. Area, you see that unfortunate paralysis as the wasp is going through. It's just like it's stepping on so many things. It's going everywhere. I mean, this is not an easy process. It's a moving wasp that's walking through a forest.
I gotta go and just like turn the vial in his hand so it's not spilling anymore.
Yep.
Ulazal.
Are you kidding me?
All right.
I cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay. What does that do again? Just to make sure. Cures all conditions.
Cures blind, deaf, paralyzed, poison.
Yes. You feel your limbs come back to being under your control, and you are no longer feeling this horrible stiffness. But you do have half a vial of wasp venom.
And now we know what it
Paralyzed.
does.
It paralyzes. Interesting.
Yeah. Useful. Do you want some?
Maybe don't try it on yourself next time.
It's a wasp. What's the worst that could happen? I've seen worse.
I can think of many things that could happen.
Yeah, like that other poison. That stuff was crazy.
It was very
You
interesting.
probably can't use it unless it's like right in combat, so you might as well hold on to that for the time being.
Yeah, you're right.
Reflecting on the type of curse that was on the arrow, can I make a religion or an arcana check?
It would be an arcana check.
Okay. 15?
This is asking Bellona or Aerie for the arrows, and both of them probably giving you a hard time for it. Eventually, you get a
I'm
chance to
gonna
see
give
one
it
of
back.
them.
I promise. I don't even need this.
Examining it, you notice there are arcane runes on there in a arcane language that is very old that you don't recognize.
It's not Dwarvish.
It's what?
Not Dwarvish.
No. You do notice though that whoever cast these is a powerful caster. It is clearly something that was made to trigger another spell. At a 15, it's a spell you've never seen and don't recognize, and it's hard to place it.
Right. And that's kind of a big deal since I've been hit with like higher level spells. Like,
Mm-hmm.
these are really dangerous. Just be careful what you do with them. Don't point them at the
Yeah.
wrong person.
Duh.
That's why we are shooting them at the bad guy.
Hand it back.
Sleight of hand check to see if you accidentally get poked with the arrow.
Are you kidding?
No,
Bruh!
I'm having fun.
I'm handing
We're
it
having
back
some fun tonight.
so carefully.
You're all walking through the forest
Oh,
right
my
now. You know, there could be a
Atlanta.
tremor. There could be a slip.
There could be a sudden earthquake.
There's a
21.
Tarrasque on the loose.
There's a
21
Tarrasque
easily,
on the
no
loose.
problem. In it goes. Nothing to worry about. Just mounting tension.
All right.
All right. An hour goes by, and you drop your form. You're now back to Belfina. The way it happens, though, is you're as it polymorphs back, it's like you don't miss a stride. You're just walking normally. It just goes on, and you're still just going.
Okay.
Oh God.
With that, you all make record time. You both had 20s 2 days in a row. You're able to save a day of travel because of everything that you were able to accomplish, especially your plan to see stuff, the memories and all that. And you come across what you believe to be the entrance to the storm giant's lair, and all you see is a rock slab.
They're there already.
It
My
is just a
goodness.
cliffside. I'm changing the music.
That's not a very far distance.
Guys, storm giants. I'm
It's gonna
so
take
excited.
them like a week to get to the city that we're going to, to free the dwarves.
What?
We're ahead of schedule. This is awesome.
All right, Maznell. Your gianty thing. Can you open this?
It's just the wall. That's all you're seeing right now is a cliffside. There's no door. There's no cave. This is just exactly where the memory took Bellona. Yes.
Nailed it, dude.
Took Bellona to.
It's like a hidden door, right? You just walk up and do something.
I'm gonna cast Locate Creature.
Read locate creature to me right now.
Describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. And I believe it would be familiar to me via the memory that
Okay.
was given to me.
Yep.
You sense the direction to that creature's location as long as it's within 1,000 feet of it. If the creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement. Oh, and the spell can locate a specific creature known to you, or the nearest creature of a specific kind, so long as you have seen such a creature up close, within 30 feet, at least once. Oh, wait, I have! And side note, the spell can't locate a creature, if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a path between, or a direct path between you and the creature, and if it's under the effects of a polymorph spell, it doesn't work.
In the ocean.
I'm sorry, that
Yeah, I
last
can't-
part just killed me. Just
It's
like,
very specific.
Are you kidding me?
I know,
The spell
right?
just like, oh, the old got the dogs trick over the river. Really? That stops the magic? Really?
I don't get
Apparently.
it.
What was
Hey,
the last
I don't
part?
make the magic
Sorry,
rules.
I was thrown there.
Make the magic.
If it's under the effect of a polymorph spell, it doesn't work as well.
Okay, you have no idea. You have no sense of where they are now. No sense of direction.
Well, it lasts for an hour.
Okay,
It's a concentration, but it lasts for an hour. So
okay, good to know.
I will not be leading the pack.
Around
I'll walk
here,
up
you
to
see
the-
there is a bit of a, clearing in the sense that you're inside the forest, but it's a little less thick in here. It's a lot more bushes and foliage, and it looks like this is the start of where the mountains end up coming. The forest was basically hiding the mountains on you, and it surprised you, and now you see where the mountains travel along the coast, and you can even hear the crashing of waves against the shore on the opposite side, just because of how loud, the shore can be. The current of the waves on the opposite side. But there is a mountain in front of all of you right now, and this just looks like to be some of the side of it.
I'll walk up to it.
Okay.
Put my hand on it, push a little bit.
That feels like a mountain, man.
That's a mountain.
Bellona, don't you know exactly how to get there?
Wait, what I?
Nope. You
From
only
the,
saw
from
the
the memory
meeting.
thing?
Nope. Only had the memory of
the
them meeting,
only-
not going through
Yeah.
everything.
The only memory I have is Brian meeting one of these creatures, and I'm not sensing anything from where we are now.
Do you know?
All right. Well, let's. Are there any openings, caves within sight?
Make a perception check. Anybody else want to do anything else? Or he
Bellona,
starts looking around.
do you know the name of any of these storm giants, or
Would I?
No.
Nope.
A 20.
trying to think if there's any way we can call to them?
As you are walking around the area, you're not seeing any caves. You're not seeing any magic runes. You just see a normal place. It just looks like it's side of a mountain. This is definitely where it seemed like this is the direction you were pointed towards here with the stone giant, but nothing
Bellona.
obvious.
Should
What
we
did
look
the
for? I
meeting
mean,
place look like? Like, was it on top of a mountain? Do we need to climb?
What did it look like?
Sure. It was actually looked like docks, but it was. She was on docks approaching what looked like to be a hurricane or storm, and it shaped out of the storm. It was like a face inside the storm.
I think poor weather might be what we're looking for. A great storm. It seems to have materialized out of the wind itself.
well, maybe we have to go into the mountains then. We gotta
Yeah.
we gotta look for a path.
That sounds likely. There's nothing around here, so I may as well keep going.
Is there any sort of path, or is it just like
At the very least, get some higher ground.
Just a mountain.
You want to head maybe northwards, follow the mountains for a bit? See if there's any way to start climbing.
Could I get a read on what my gut feels like is the right way to go?
That would be an insight check, right?
I don't know, DM. Tell me.
Pretty sure it's an insight check. If you're going for your gut, you're trying to feel out how you feel. It'd be your
Might be
insight check
survival.
yourself.
It could potentially be survival because it's his
Wisdom.
It's the
knowledge
same
of-
modifier.
his knowledge of nature and
They're both wisdom.
It's the same modifier. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
but it would affect the type of answer you get.
Yes, that's true.
You asked me for your gut feeling, not
Yep.
looking around.
I think it's more of an insight,
Yeah.
personally.
Insight them out.
Okay. Well, I rolled an 11.
11.
So whichever. Well, I mean, whatever you want to. Is it insight?
Yes.
Okay, then 18.
18.
Yep.
Based on the memory and how you're feeling right now, it doesn't seem like there would be more besides more mountain. But maybe Aries right. There could be an entrance somewhere else, but you don't even recall. Like even the memory itself doesn't seem like she was on a coastline. That didn't seem like the case. It definitely did seem like there was something mystical to the whole thing.
We can try it, but it doesn't seem like we're gonna find them through normal means.
Let me try something.
All right.
I'm gonna face the mountain.
Yep.
I'm a speaking giant.
Okay. What do you say?
Open.
As you shout open at the side of a mountain, runes start forming in the side of the wall.
Got him, dude.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
as you see, in giant, you can very very Nordic looking. Think God of War, the newest version, very much
yeah.
starts getting carved into there, and you read entrance of storms carved into the in an arc shape, a little bit towards the top of where you were just shouting towards. No door opens or anything else, but you do see that.
Entrance of storms.
You all are able to see the formation of this out and being like carved into the wall. It's interesting, and you guys are like, "Oh, yeah, this is magic. Here we are." That's a good clue.
That explains that, Bologna.
Alright. I don't see a door or a path that's opened up.
I'm gonna try to touch the wall again.
All right. You touch the wall; it's still a mountain.
Not quite yet.
I'll go over there just for the hell of it. I'm gonna hold up the glowstone compass.
Mm-hmm.
Does it do anything?
Nope.
Okay.
But good idea. I like it.
Storms.
Just
Maybe we need a storm to get in.
How does the sky look?
Clear. Not a cloud in the sky.
Well, I don't know if I can do anything about that. Oh, I'm gonna roll for divine intervention to see if
Okay.
Tyr can bring a storm for us.
Oh my god! All right.
That would be awesome.
Nah.
Oh,
36.
man. I was about to be like, oh, shit. Oh, man. This is the whole night. If the Hornets were any indication, oh, fuck.
How dope would that have been?
This isn't going to go anywhere close to where I thought.
I got nothing for you, buddy. Sorry.
Praying
I'm
to
gonna-
Tyr. Nothing.
I'm gonna look in the surrounding, like a 60-foot radius from the area of the runes,
Sure.
just to see if anything seems out of place. Any rocks, any changes to the trees that seem off kilter.
Give me an investigation check.
Did anyone cast detect magic?
No.
I don't think I have that. I'm sorry.
Nope. And that is a 21.
21. Something you didn't notice the first time.
Nice.
As you were walking throughout the areas, you do notice on the ground, maybe after the giant speak, you found runes covered up by vines about 10 or 15 feet away from, probably 15 feet away, almost in a straight line from the runes on the cave wall, and they seem to be in circles on the ground.
Mosnell, come here.
Oh?
I'm gonna point him. There's some runes over here on the ground. Some more. Can you read what they say? Then I'll point out some of the other ones.
Oh man, who's the smart one today?
Dejected.
Come on, Tyr! Please!
Shows up when it's convenient for you. I understand. Who's the god here? Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Do you read them, Maz? No?
What does it say?
Reading along the circles, it's older language. It seems to be a dialect of giants you're not so used to, but similar to what was written on the walls. And on it says, one must carry the storm with them, but leave behind the tools of man.
It says, one must carry the storm with him and leave behind the tools of man.
At that, I need you guys to make dex saving throws.
Ah!
Oh, I'm done.
Not you.
Everybody?
Oh, okay.
No, not you.
Oh,
Only
okay.
Ari and Masno.
Good thing.
Yeah.
Because they're
rough roll.
I still want to know.
I rolled
It was a
3.
2.
2 or 3, nice.
Ooh, 20.
All right. Well, you're
22.
falling on your butts. Okay. All right.
22.
Okay.
Man, this is a rough day. I can't ride a
Bologna?
hornet. God's not picking up the phone.
16.
16. All right. So you stay on your feet, but that is 8 points of lightning damage to Ari and Masno as they go back from the sky, clear as a day. A thunderbolt hits where you were reading those runes.
Evasion.
Cool. 0.
Is the 8 already? Is that halved?
Yes,
The
that
8?
is halved. It was 16 initially.
Yep.
The ground lifts up, and you can see a pedestal turning with the runes now glowing, or they not runes, but they are the words that were carved into the stone are all glowing, and it's lifting up to like a circle, and then a little more of the circle goes up, and a little more, sort of like Indiana Jones. You know how that thing was when he tries to take the tiki? It's one of those type of pedestals comes up from the ground.
Is there anything on that pedestal?
You can make an investigation check. It's all charged, and you just hear this. You guys hear a thunderclap. Both Ulazal and Belfina, by the force of the lightning bolt, were knocked to their butts. Bellona stabled herself during this.
Get up off the ground.
Yeah.
That's a sign.
6.
Just
As you keep trying to investigate it, you still get these like sparks are hitting you. Just God, like static shock.
So was that all the text from just one of the circles, or all of them from all of us kind of looking at them?
It was the text around the largest circle on the outside. The other ones are unrecognizable to Masno.
Okay.
I don't know what those say. Let's try something then.
I'm gonna take all my weapons,
Okay.
all my man-made stuff,
Yep.
and I'm gonna put it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Yep. Hold that for me, thank you.
All right.
I'm
he
gonna
naked?
kind of shake my arms out a little bit.
Yep.
One must carry the lightning.
I'm gonna grab it.
The lightning thief.
As you grab it,
What the
carrying no weapons right now and holding it, the like sparks and shimmers around it dim down, and you're just holding this stonework that has appeared out of the ground. You start hearing some birds chirping by. Everyone's watching Masno right now, licking his chops, puts another hand on it, trying to carry the lightning.
It's me trying to use the sunstone as a spell focus.
100%, and nothing's happening.
I can't move it. I can't take it.
No, there's nothing in there. It's just a pedestal, so like circles going up. There's no like tiki on there or anything like that. And actually, when you look in, it looks like there is an empty chamber on the top, almost like
Where I'm supposed to put stuff.
potentially, sure, maybe. It's not very large. It's like a smart water bottle thickness, a tall one. So it's not like you can dump a bag of holding into it.
Does it look like the shaft of a weapon could fit in there?
I reach in, I grab my axe.
Okay. You guys turn around, lightning strikes, and thunderclaps hit against the wall, one after the other under the runes, and as the dust settles, and you see... You now see an entrance inside to the mountain.
Let's go.
We're going that way.
There's like this cloud and white mist comes out of it as well as it starts to engross around all of you, and the giant slayer axe is just sparking with lightning right now all around it. You can hear the crackles as any like a leaf falls down from the trees being disturbed, just gets burned away.
I kind of hope that's permanent, but we'll see.
All right,
Let's go into the mountain.
you all enter the mountain. Cool beans.
We did it! Hooray!
Dude, imagine
we
if
figured out
that
the
is
lightning
permanent.
puzzle.
Yo.
You were hoping so bad you were gonna get a Thor hammer.
You know, I've actually been thinking about that, like, for like a month or two.
Did you
I
take
was
your
like,
axe back, Masnell, or are you just leaving it behind?
I feel
It
like
says
if he,
leave behind,
yeah,
Oh, okay.
making a man or whatever. Let's go.
I feel like if he took it out, the door would probably close. So
Maybe.
Yep. Let's leave it.
we could probably get it on the way back, assuming we don't get teleported to somewhere else.
Yeah, it's good. That's the reason.
Well, Masnell, you could probably put the rest of your stuff back
Yeah,
on as
I'll
like
put it
shielding
right
my face from his
All
butt
right,
crack.
as you go in, you guys want to take a break? It's 8 o'clock. do we wrap up at 9:45, right?
9:30, I think.
Yes.
9:30. Yeah. So, you guys want to take a break? Go ahead and take that.
To donkey daycare to learn to be a donkey instead of a dog.
They'll protect your chickens and your sheep so well.
All right. Oh, don't give me something went wrong. Welcome back. Justin is serenading us.
I'm just messing around to whatever I feel like listening to right now.
Good.
Money.
All right.
Apologies. Yeah, it's funny. You knew what I was doing.
You guys made your way into the Storm Giant's entrance. Inside, there is a mist that keeps hitting you, and you have a feel of warmth. Inside here, it seems like the mountain is heated from the inside. A mist peppers your face, making it hard to keep your eyes open as water keeps coming in at all of you. You have to go on inclines unless you want to stare directly into the oncoming water.
Refreshing.
You know, to each your own, you will have some obstacles.
Staring into it with squinted eyes.
Mosno was made for this. Anyway, the walls have water running down them continuously, and you feel as though you're walking directly into a thunderstorm right now. And with every single step, underneath is all floored and stalagmites, and it's same color as the mountain. There's nothing too crazy. It's pitch black. As you all enter inside, the door behind you closes. And it happens in but a moment, a blink of an eye, and it looks like nothing was ever there to begin with. No massive sound, no great display. You are all just inside the darkness of this mountain right now.
As we move along in the cave, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna keep my eye out for blue translucent glasses or strange powder.
Strange what? Oh, powder.
Powder.
Does anyone have a torch? I have candle. It's not going to do us much good here.
I will cast the light cantrip on, I don't know.
I'm the worst cleric.
It's so in character, though, which is great.
Who's in front? Me?
Up to whoever went in.
I mean,
I
I'd
think
say
I went
probably
in
Mosnell,
first.
because he's
Mosnell, yeah.
the only one that can talk to them.
I'll give him,
Make
what's
them
my, I'll give him an arrow. I'll cast light on the tip of the arrow.
Which
And
arrow?
I'll give him an arrow. A normal arrow that doesn't have poison on it.
Good to know!
I'm gonna
I thought
poke
you'd like
whoever's
to know
closest
that.
and be like, "Do you have an umbrella? I can't find mine."
All you hear is like the ting 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 on your helmet. It is definitely annoying. Marching order wise, that would probably put you right next to Ulazal.
Perfect.
Him and Ari would be the two closest to you, as Bellona and Mosno are toward the front.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't think to bring my umbrella.
I'm just gonna turn to Ari. Hey, do you have an umbrella?
What?
You know, the thing that you put up and it keeps the rain off your head?
Why would I have?
I thought maybe someone was prepared.
I'll just shake my head.
This is on character. This is great. Everyone is doing an excellent job. Your DM awards everyone 5 XP. That doesn't matter.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Is it really bothering you that much?
What?
She's killing it. Killing it. I am thrilled. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what we're going into. I could do something about it, but no.
I'll take
Control water.
It's a 4th level spell slot, dude.
no. I'll take my the scarf of Valis that I've been wearing.
Yes.
And I'll just like wrap it around the top of her tin head
Yep.
so that it's just dampening the sound.
Wonderful. It works excellently.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
There we are. A kind
Agreed.
gesture from an ally returns your hearing. All right. As you walk through the cave, the light from an arrow extended on Mosnell's hands. You all get that, like, the way it glows, you get your long shadows cast behind each and every one of you. His beard, like, you can see, like, the little fibers of Mosnell's beard, some of them that are a little longer than the
Some
other.
of them stickier than others.
Oh, definitely. Some are still stickier than others. He had some time, though, to clean up since he got here.
It is wet, too.
But, yes, the rain's helping a little bit, but not enough.
Oh, for reference, sorry, the light will be green.
It's a green light.
Yeah, dude.
Dope.
Night vision goggles out here.
Bravo 6 going dark. All right. Mosnell turns the arrow sideways. You're walking through, and you start seeing the stones turn into archways as you walk deeper into the mountain.
That looks right.
They're like built right out of it too, and there's no high clearing. It just seems like some of them are slightly carved and getting more detailed as you go deeper and deeper in.
Is it still just like a single pathway, or are there any branches?
Definitely a single pathway right now.
Did you see that one?
Okay.
And you're hearing the storm get louder and louder as you guys continue to walk.
Let's make our way.
All right. You continue walking through, and you end up coming toward another glowing image toward the end of this walkway. There seems to be this blue glow emanating at the very edge of where the green glow from your arrow is illuminating. You're about 30 feet away. You all can stop and do whatever you want, or you can continue walking as normal. I'll give you that.
This is a save point, guys.
Why did that torch just turn on while we walked past it?
It's magic,
I can tell ya.
Mosnell.
How long has it been since I cast my locate?
20 minutes.
Still concentrating on it.
Yeah, no idea.
Let's keep going.
And you guys keep walking straight. Another one of these archways has dwarvish, giant,
Okay, I was gonna say, I can read those.
giant inscribed into the stone as you see this blue shimmering portal in front of you guys. And it just keeps shimmering as it goes down.
A portal, you say?
Yes, indeed, a portal, I say.
Portal. Oh.
Oh, shit.
Well, looks like we're in the right place.
Yes. Did you say there was writing?
Yep.
What does it say?
I'm glad you asked.
Welcome to hell!
It seems to be mid-sentence. You might have missed other inscriptions coming down here, but at the top of this, it says Trial of Water.
That's ominous. It says Trial of Water.
Oh boy.
Looks like there's trials to meet the storm giants.
Is there anything else past that gate, or is it...
No, it's like you've gone down a completely tight cave, and this is the end. There's a bunch of other archways. They may help, they may not, but everything else was just rock, and you still have the storm.
I mean...
I'm gonna stick an arrow into the portal
All right.
and then pull it out and see if it changed.
You put the arrow in, and it goes right out of your hand and gets pulled in.
Rip.
You can mark one arrow out of your inventory.
Didn't need it. Didn't need it.
Alana definitely turns like, didn't need it, as everyone's just staring there watching that get zipped away. Smooth.
Didn't need it. It's fine.
Mosnell, what do these other archways say?
I'll walk over.
Do you go all the way to the first one, or do you go to just the second nearest one?
Let's start at the beginning.
Oh, thank Christ.
See if we missed anything.
All right. So, going from archway to archway, you read, still using the arrow, illuminating it. Those who seek the counsel of the storm, next one, must display the storm inside them. Next one, those who can survive the trials of the storm. Next one, deserve the storm's judgment. And then trialed water.
I just read that out
Yeah,
while we're going.
All right, challenges. We know what that's like, right, guys?
You saw that arrow, yeah?
Yep.
Well, it just means once we commit, there's no going back. You
All right, let's do this thing.
Stick
I'm
as
gonna
much as a
clap
finger in
Mosnell
there.
on the
Oh.
shoulder and take a step in.
Wait!
As soon as your step hits, your entire body feels this pull, and almost like you turn to jelly as you just get zipped into there.
I guess I go.
I push him out of the way and go before him.
I pull falling in.
Ah,
And
fuck.
then- okay, are you three are left. You're all going in. I imagine.
Yeah, I do a cannonball.
Yeah.
Cannonball
Gotta be real
goes
embarrassed
back.
if it's not water.
All right. You all feel this rush and this pull on all of you, and your bodies almost feel like they're jelly. Like you don't feel the strength of your bones anymore. And there's a numbness that comes across all of you as you hear more lightning strikes and lightning bolts going on. But you hear this almost like surrounding water, and it just seems to be around you, and it's almost making some of you sick or nauseous. Others, it's almost relaxing, and it's got you in like almost transfixed, almost hypnotic. And as you get pulled through, Mosnell and Airy, you feel solid ground, wet ground, like marble as you hit the ground.
Oh, no.
Then you have Belfina come down on top of the two of you with her cannonball as you both like catch her, and then you have the other two step in as you all are inside what seems to be just this little circle here, and you can see raindrops constantly hitting down onto the ground, and around you just a typhoon of water swirling around each and every one of you. You just hear the so I don't spit. All around you guys right now. It seems almost endless with how high it goes, and you're all are turning around. Very similar feeling to what the three of you experienced inside Wave Echo Cave for Airy, Mosnell, and Ulazal.
Oh, so long ago.
What notable like are there pillars? Is there a pit? What notable?
No, it's just a
objects are on
circle,
the screen?
and you guys have about maybe an arm's length away from this spitting typhoon of water around all of you.
Is it around each of us individually or us as a group?
As a group, you're all like back to back in a circle, basically.
Okay.
Should we look
How
up?
about that spell?
I'm gonna test something out. I'm gonna reach forward and see how the circle changes or how the water changes with that.
All right, as you reach forward in your spell, you feel some sort of connection in here. You feel a little something. Something's
We're
brewing
in the
up.
right spot.
As you put your arm in, I need you to give me a dex saving throw.
Ooh. 22.
22. You feel as though the water was going to pull you away and spin you out into whatever this is. And just before that moment happens, you take your arm back. And with that, you hear a booming voice calling down to all of you. Inside and this isn't giant, so sorry for all of you. Only Mosnell hears this, so you gotta hit that on again, just for potency's sake. Inside the storm, none of your walls can withstand. You must wash away who you were and break down the barriers. That is to become a part of the storm. And obviously, Mazda, if you want to relay that information, you can just say, I relay the information. You don't have to keep repeating me tonight.
I relay it,
Okay.
and that's we must wash away who we were.
Sounds
You're
like a
all
cleansing
shouting,
ritual.
by the way. To communicate, you
Sounds
have to
like a cleansing ritual.
Yeah.
established. Now we don't have to do it the whole time. Unless you want to.
Do
I think we just have to jump in, wash ourselves away. Yes.
perhaps we should tie ourselves together just so we don't get lost.
Yeah, let's try and stick together if we can.
Does anyone
That's
have a
good
rope?
idea. I think
Of
everyone-
course,
do.
I've got rope.
Everybody has rope.
He asked the group of adventurers. I have rope too. I just wanted to make sure you had yours.
Oh, then pulling out rope like a punch is psycho. Oh, I got my special edition rope. Oh, mine is blue. Oh man, I'm so excited. I thought you'd never ask.
I make a knot around my waist. Hand it off to the
I don't
next
trust
person.
his knot.
All right.
I tie his knot.
You can double check my knot if you
You were
want.
correct to double check his knot. It was only tied like a normal human being would. But you then tie it like a ranger would. And it is
Yes.
marginally better.
Let's
Get
get
that
all of
Boy
us
Scout
tied
stuff up in here.
I'm sorry, what, brother?
let's get all of us tied up together.
All right, I got it.
That's a sentence
Without
you don't
problem,
get.
you are able to tie yourselves together.
All right.
Is your like background rope tire? What is this?
Just a ranger, so I think I would know how to tie a rope.
They teach you that in ranger school.
They teach you in ranger school.
Also be very proficient in it.
Is everybody ready? Wait, does,
All right.
does anyone
Let's do it.
Does anyone have the ability to allow us to breathe under the water?
Yep.
I mean,
All right. If worse comes to worse,
I can breathe underwater anyway.
That's a lie.
What?
Yes, I can.
You're lying, Mosnall.
I can.
No, you can't.
I actually can.
I know water
Excuse
walks,
me?
but I don't know water breathing.
Well, if you do water walk us, it would keep us above water.
I have control water.
I also have control water.
I have this
None of them
hat.
has you.
Somehow I don't think any of this is gonna work in here, but
Let's.
Actually, it wasn't.
by all means, go ahead.
I think we just have to do it.
I think I'll just try it. Like, I'd rather find out now than be dead.
Gotta
So,
wipe down
I
the
mean-
walls, man. Gotta Jericho that
Yeah,
shit.
I'm gonna do. No. Where's the one I just said I had?
Control water is above
Control
level.
water.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, I'll just cast it. We're still in the typhoon, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm just gonna try to have it. I'm gonna try to part the water.
Okay.
Oh, she's going Moses on him.
Yep.
As she parts the water, you start to see something that is behind the typhoon. It's marble in structure as she starts to push it away, and then it snaps back together. And in Giant, you hear, "One does not control the storm." And the water reaches out. Give me a dex saving throw.
Okay.
I see. I said this was gonna happen, and it
That's
happened.
fine.
It's okay.
Hey, she was tested.
No, that was Bologna. That was not me.
Oh, right on.
Dex?
Yep.
8.
We're going in.
Everyone gets jagged. You guys go in and you start feeling shh. Give me con saving throws.
I'm gonna, in my head, say a prayer to Tyr and give myself guidance.
5.
All right.
Good thing I did too. Where's the D4?
15.
So that is a 11 for me.
24.
You're okay, 24 guy. 12.
Yep.
Everyone below 14. Who's that?
Yep.
Yep.
Fuck.
All right. All
I
of you.
save. I got 15.
All right. So, Bad news is I almost rolled max damage.
Bring it.
So that would be 23 points of force damage as you guys are being ripped around, halved if you saved, as you're being whipped around inside this area, but you're also feeling yourself hit against hard stone as you guys continue through this typhoon. And so you're feeling this as you're going through it again and again.
So it was 23.
Yeah, it was 18 plus 5 is 23.
23, so 11 half.
Yep. Anybody want to do anything in this momentary, these few seconds you guys can try and open your eyes and there's just water pouring into you and you're all being whipped around inside this typhoon?
This is my
I'm just gonna reach out to see if I can grab anyone.
Yeah, is the rope still attached?
The rope is still attached, you guys can feel that. But if you want to reach out, you're going to have to make a strength check because the centripetal force now is building.
16 for a 15.
Nope. As you start to push against the vortex, your arms, you find themselves being locked back in, and all you guys are basically on a carnival ride from hell now, I guess. that one that does the spinnies.
I want off Mr. Bones' wild ride.
If we're like hitting walls,
Yep.
I want to try to grab the wall and see if I can climb out.
All right, give me a strength check. See if your arms can get out.
18.
18, marginally better. You push your hands out and you're able to push through the vortex, and feeling against the wall, there is no handholds. It is extremely smooth to the touch, and your hands slip as you continue going around.
That's good.
That is 15 points. Everybody go ahead and make con saves. Half if you save. DC is going up because you guys are still in it.
16.
That now fails.
4.
9.
5.
Fail.
How much was it?
Anyone
14?
pass?
16 actually went up too. So I think if you hit it, you're saving.
Oh, so I hit 16.
You hit 16, you're saving. So anybody who didn't hit 16, you take full damage.
Which was?
It's 18 points of force damage.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is getting rough.
This is how it is.
This is how Bologna dies.
Now you all find yourselves near the center and falling. As you get whipped out and you're back into that eye of the typhoon, and you're all just falling towards the ground where that marble is. Does anybody want to try and do anything?
Oh, shit. Mass healing word at
I cast control water to try and pull some of the water in from the vortex to try and soften the landing.
All right. As you guys are falling, you cast water.
Control water.
Control water. Give me a dex saving throw.
Yeah, I know, but friends aren't dead, so that's not great. 12.
12. You hit. You go in,
I
and
got-
everybody goes right back into the vortex. Give me a con saving throw. This one is lower DC.
I'm gonna cure wounds myself.
You can. Your mass healing does go off though, unless it's a
Okay.
single action, right?
It's a bonus action.
Yep. Then yeah, you can do that.
12. Okay, I heal myself for 12.
Okay, and then you can, however much Bologna you can heal for. Let everybody know they're gonna need it.
It's 9 healing for everyone.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That is a 12.
Save. That one's
saves.
better.
12 saves.
So
15.
that's
Saves.
21.
Saves.
10.
Saves.
Oh, it's low.
I forgot to roll.
No problem.
Natural 20.
Let's go.
Nice. Well, this is ain't that how the dice roll? That's 5 points of damage for this one, and you guys all half it to 2 points of force damage. As you spin up again, and you come back out in the middle, and you begin to fall.
How high up are we?
It's a high. It's high. If you had to give a guess, it's gonna hurt if you fall down. It's going so fast too. It's a lot, and you are hearing from the ominous voice repeating the words, "Lower your walls, wash away who you were."
Do I understand it?
You don't. He does. Only Maz know. As you all are falling, anybody want to try anything else as you're about to fall again? Hit the ground.
He keeps saying, lower your walls.
Boom! You
And
hit
wash
before you
away-
finish that sentence. All the wind gets knocked out of you. Everybody go ahead and make con saving throws.
I'm trying to cushion my blow with someone's body.
No.
So I was gonna grab Belfina and try to cushion her fall with my own form.
Sure, you can do that.
Thanks, man.
That'll half her half.
Got it.
Good, because I needed it.
I rolled a
You can heal
15.
yourself.
15 saves.
I got a 6.
That doesn't.
So 17,
10.
17
19,
saves. 10
actually.
doesn't save.
Of course it does. I'm not good at this.
6. This is 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall 30 feet.
13.
Oh.
for me.
6?
Yeah.
There's some
Oh,
weird stuff.
I was ready for
going on
like
here.
40.
It's not as high. I mean, we
Did-
fell 30
did
feet,
thir-
but, you know, there's rules for that.
Did
And I rolled-
13 save? The 13.
13 does save.
So I take half damage? Because...
Yeah, you take half of 6, which is 3.
Okay.
I rolled really low. That first one was brutal, man. That was
Dude,
almost
that
max
hurt.
damage.
That hurt.
You are all now back to the center of where you once started.
Well, let's not do that again.
More, you're drenched through, beat up, and you hear once again, Maz, now, to face the storm is to face who you are. Wash away all that hides who you are and enter the storm.
I'm gonna untie myself from this rope
Okay.
and
Getting that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm gonna-
do.
just walk into it.
You're gonna just walk into it. All right. Bologna
Yep.
just walked into it.
Oh god.
She's going up. You can actively see her this time. Going up. Go ahead and give me a con saving throw.
9.
9. You take 14 points of force damage.
Okay.
As then you are now pop up from the top and you begin to fall 30 feet again.
Okay.
Anyone can make an effort to catch her to lessen the blow.
I'll try.
All right, and go ahead and make a con save.
I'll try too, but I'll be much less...
4.
All right, give me a strength check, Masnel. This is 7 points of fall damage.
Can I willingly fail it?
No. What's your
8.
strength, Masnel?
It's 8.
Oh my god. You take 7 points of fall damage as
Yes.
Masnel goes to reach out, and you fall like 5 feet from where he reaches out on the opposite side. He's like,
I got you.
Question: How
and
many?
Belfina
how
was
many-
like, oh no. Like, the velocity as it was coming down and Masnel wasn't close, you're like, oh, I right at the last moment. Wham! There's a big old slap.
Question: How much?
Sorry.
How many damage events just occurred? 5, 6,
Yeah?
along those lines.
Yeah?
A lot.
A lot.
Bologna would probably have to make 6 concentration checks. to keep that okay creature.
I didn't even bother. I wasn't even trying at that point. Once I went to the storm, I was like, nah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Nah. We're in the right spot. It's fine.
The voice said, Take
I let down
away-
my walls.
Question Bologna. Brine in the memory. Was she equipped?
Yep. She had her sword.
Yeah. Yeah, she had her sword.
Was she naked?
No, she didn't have that sword yet. She didn't have that sword
Okay,
yet. Because
so-
Ulyrus,
A sword.
she had a sword, but she didn't have the sword she had.
She had
The Crescent
she had
Dawn.
the sword on her. She had clothes on.
Okay.
She did have clothes on.
important. That's what I was also. Yeah, thank you.
That was my
Your
next.
DM is gonna shy away from nudity and sexual stuff. All right, we can just. That's
That's
up
why I
on the
was
air.
like,
we're not exploring that.
that's
in
where
this
my
game.
brain was going.
I'm putting that out there. I'm not. That's not the
Which
type
is
of game
why I
we're
was like,
playing.
I don't think Reed would do that. I don't.
No, good. That is the correct assumption. We're not here to live out strange fetishes. That's not happening.
Relax. Who you are?
All right, good, established.
What if every time we make it up we pop out of the water, you use that magic to pull us back in? Because it looks like it shoots us upward. Just having watched below
I don't.
go up.
Yeah, just went up. Yep.
I think
Still on the
there's
ground,
more.
just like speaking off to the side, just like enjoying the ground right now in the stableness.
I
Could
think
use
there's
some help.
less physical.
I'll walk over and cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds.
All right.
Just kidding, not that. A 3rd level Cure Wounds.
Thank you.
3d8.
I don't have that prepared today.
So that is 15, 20 points of healing.
Thank you so much.
You know, maybe next time don't jump into the vortex.
I was letting down my walls.
Well, he also said, remove everything that covers who you are.
I'm gonna keep my clothes on.
That is advised.
No,
An ominous voice from somewhere. I've never heard that one before. That's a strange and new
Really?
voice.
Because that seems like the first thing people would think of.
Arguing with the voice.
It's not the first time I've argued with a big
No,
voice
I
in my
don't
head.
think
Come on.
the storm giants are interested in that.
What do you think they are interested in?
How do you think they populate, though?
Is this really the conversation we're having right now?
I'm just curious.
How do we get out of this?
Do we need to get
Guess
out of
we're
it?
stuck.
Move. Move.
Puzzles suck!
No, I'm just thinking.
I was just thinking about the Reddit page right now. That's all.
Is there anything on the platform we're standing on? Anything that catches the eye?
Oh, it's as featureless as a slab of marble could be. But you still see the glow of the water on it, the reflection of the water, and the light stripping down. The clouds above the vortex right now. Almost a little idea of Hercules when Zeus is looking down at the Titans. You know, that kind of idea, but water and typhoon version.
Well, maybe we just have to.
Ozna.
What?
What was? Could I try to recall what kind of things Brian might have said in the memory?
They were talking in giant, so you have no idea.
Heck!
What kind of weird garbles and grunts?
That's like being. You don't even understand it. Like if I heard Chinese, I could not recite what I heard in a memory in Chinese.
Performance check.
I got a fairly high intelligence.
Performance check? I'll give you a performance check with disadvantage.
Oh yeah. I rolled a 1, so
You begin to start doing giant and instantly feel like this is a bad idea and possibly could be construed as racist to giants. And being inside the storm giant lair, maybe we shouldn't. I'm just kidding about the racist part. Just offensive, but not like racist. That was just a modern joke for modern people.
you could mention Brian in giant, maybe.
I don't think that's
Screw
the
this
challenge.
trial. We just need your help to fight this war.
What was the word, the verbiage? What were the exact words used again?
Go ahead, Mosno.
Yeah.
Recall what you heard from the giants.
Oh boy. The giant said, bring down your walls and remove what is covering who you are. So maybe we have to just talk about who we are, maybe secrets or something. Something hiding who we are, I guess.
He's screaming this, by the way. I feel like him saying that while screaming is hilarious.
If I sit down,
Mhm.
I just sit down in the marble
Okay.
because we're not going anywhere.
Certainly doesn't seem that way.
Well, I'm gonna give something a try here.
Go ahead. What do you want to do?
Well, I've known some of you a while, so I guess I can tell you a little more about myself. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Well, you know, I grew up in the north. And my mother was killed by a giant when I was young. Ever since, I've searched for her killer, never finding the giant who was behind it. That's why I have the axe that I have, to repay him in kind. But I've yet to find him.
As you finish, you see a clearing in the water open up that you could walk through. And you see a wall on the opposite side.
Oh, that worked. I walked through it.
As you walk through it, it closes behind you.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
So now that he's still connected to the rope, though.
Oh! Is he?
I took it off before when
All right.
I did mention it.
okay,
I don't know
okay.
when
I
Bologna
didn't
took it
catch
off. I took it off
Okay,
as well.
okay, because that would have been funny. But anyway, you passed through Mosno. What's everybody else doing?
I'll take off the rope attached to me, seeing the potential problem there.
Yep.
So is it they want us to tell a truth?
It would appear so.
Yes. I ain't got nothing to hide. I like to hunt.
I like going out, getting
Rain
myself
open.
a 3-point buck,
Throwing
throwing back my truck, feed my family for months.
I like to hunt. That was easy.
And to help people.
Why do you fight demons?
It just seemed like the right thing to do. What I've been doing for quite some time. I've always been an avid huntress, and since the Orlith incident, there were fiends popping up in small towns, terrorizing people, and took it upon myself to just help out those in need. So that's why. And then I found my way through God of the Hunt.
You feel when you say the words "the God of the Hunt," there's a little charge there with all the water around you. You feel
Oh God.
feel a little something there.
A good something or a bad something?
Something. Who knows? But you feel something when you say that. No door opens at the end of your little monologue there, but
That's okay.
I mean, I feel like you know your secret. All you about. I mean, I do. Maybe tell that if you open up again with that to the Bellona and Delphina.
Well, I'll try. I take off the rope.
Okay.
I look at Ari and I say, the reason I joined the cult is because I was searching for a cure to a disease that I never found it. And while I was looking, all of those horrible things happened. I've never been able to come to terms with how I failed, but I'm still here, so there's got to be a reason for that.
A door opens. Mazda, on the outside, you see what looks like an endless wall in front of you that curves around the vortex, and it starts shifting and starts going, moving around. You can see almost like a labyrinth of walls as they're all shifting around this centerpiece right now. Do you walk through?
Yeah.
As you walk through, the walls part for you as well. So you walk deeper past the walls that are shifting around.
Am I in the same area as Mosnell? Or
No, it's like it was a completely different direction. You don't
Oh.
even see them
Okay.
as you walk through, and it closes behind you.
Figure out your secrets.
Left is Belfina, Bellona, and Aerie staring at each other in the middle of a vortex.
Secret chicken.
Pretty simple, gal. I don't know what the.
Yeah, bro,
I don't know. Why don't you go?
Almost like with the crossbows, I saw like there. Hey, finger guns. How about you go?
What led you to tracking down Orlin?
Well, a vision of sorts, I suppose. Via Mugdis. He sort of, showed me a few things, and, it seemed as though Orlith was sort of the source of all the problems on my home continent, so I arrived pretty much, well, a little bit after you guys took care of the problem.
And what problems were those?
Fiends, monstrosities popping up in the area.
Or anybody you knew?
Not personally.
Insight check.
Alright.
Go
Go
ahead.
for it, dude.
Go ahead and roll the insight.
Fucking go for it.
I like how I can see the direct messages there.
Yep, there's no change in that.
No changes.
9.
9. Honestly, the DC's so low, I don't even need to ask her to roll against you. Your DM's saying, wow, yeah, she seems like a pretty ordinary, normal person. As far as backstories go, man, she's probably the nicest one of all of you. She's killed more people than anybody else here, and even Belfina's so nice, but somehow Bellona's probably the most rational and reasonable out of all of you.
Might be your turn.
But they haven't gone through the wall yet.
Alright. Okay. Well, I do have one more thing.
Jackie, one more thing.
Aya!
Well played. I like that. there's more to the Morzire family than meets the eye.
Oh, you feel a shift. You feel a shift. But you ain't going far enough.
He's gonna activate a Sharingan, guys.
What do you mean more?
Well,
Drop the disguise self. Do it. You won't.
no, I don't have that.
I'm a fucking Minotaur. Just starts eating everybody. Ma's telling us, what the fuck's going on over there? Belfina got eaten. It's just horrible. Magic Harry. Harry's shooting arrows. What is happening? Horrible. Just horrible. It's in time. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, fuck your inside check. Okay.
She's actually aware.
Well, they fund a lot of conservation efforts, not only in Tet.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm the best, but also all over.
The whole.
And I don't know the exact specifics. I'm not deep enough in their family or what they do to know, but they're certainly active, and while they're definitely true and behind that cause, there might be something else there, but I genuinely don't know what it would be.
Fades. That feeling you had. Still no door opening up.
Oh man!
No.
This is the hardest thing we've ever
I
done.
know. It's hilarious.
You should go.
Do you want a hint?
Okay.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I'm just gonna interject and be like, I killed an ogre one time. You know, by myself.
Door opens.
I go through it.
She goes through it. You all just learned a very valuable thing about Belfina. She didn't even give you a reason.
Slayer of
Didn't even
ogres.
need a reason. She seemed jolly about it. Certainly know a lot more about Belfina now.
Context not needed.
Okay.
You got.
I guess it's time for one-ups, I guess.
That was
Killed the Chimera once by
That's
myself.
not a story. That's a
Need
sentence.
a story.
What? I'm sorry, what'd
It's
you say,
still open.
Bologna?
I said I killed the Chimera once by myself.
Sure. You're close. You're close.
I'm gonna throw an arrow into the storm out of frustration.
You can mark another arrow out of your inventory.
Oh god, it's
Don't
gonna pop
need
out
it.
the top.
Don't need it.
What's your goal?
I don't know anymore.
I mean,
God, character
would
development sucks.
I would ask what the most powerful entity you've hunted was, but I'm pretty sure that's probably Orlish. So I feel like that's not really something new.
Not new. Not new. Mentioned it.
As Belfina is getting obviously agitated by
You mean
the
Bologna?
trial. What's that?
Bologna.
Did I say Belfina?
Yeah, you
Fucking
did.
shit.
Yeah.
Bologna. Bologna is getting visibly agitated. And she's shouting toward the storm.
What do you want to know?
What more do you want to know?
Is your rich daddy funding corrupt politicians?
Not that I know of.
Did you're a drug smuggler? You
I wish.
sell rare exotic meats?
Have you ever been to the Cloud Top District? I can't believe this is hard.
I think it's funny how Aries just chilling.
Yeah, he definitely went through
That's
to
the best
fuck
part.
off.
He's chilling.
He's just taking in everybody's secrets.
He's just like, yeah, tell me more. Tell me more. Bring
All
it
right,
on.
come on, guys. Everybody else is out doing shit.
The Morzires.
Yeah.
Is that your last name?
Nope.
Who are they then?
Beats me. I only know Ophelia.
Who is that?
Okay.
Is she one of the nobles?
How did you meet Ophelia?
I'm sorry.
Oh, shut up, Athena.
Mutual friend.
I just gesture. I don't know if now's the time to be vague.
I'm not. I mean, you know,
I'm not trying to be cryptic. I just don't know the lore.
Well, less mutual friend, more just heard tales of my exploits, I suppose, and just reached out. So, less mutual friend, more direct text.
What was she looking for? Did she hire you for something? Did she have a
yeah.
specific request? What was that?
Well, she's the one that wanted me to hunt the Chimera down. And before I did that, just, you know, sending me out to clear out various monsters, monstrosities, fiends, whatever, was plaguing the surrounding area.
Wait, is Belfina Shrek?
So, you know.
No, I killed an ogre.
Well, yeah, but like in defense of your swamp? Into your swamp?
Do you see
along the
how
way.
different why that answer worked and yours hasn't yet? There's this one thing. You have one little thing, and you're just not really getting to the point of it. Do you want a hint?
No!
Okay.
When you say it that way.
No!
Do you
Do I
want
want
your DM
hints? What am I, a
Do
baby?
you want to hand in your mercy coin that you still
Can
have for
I-
one shot?
Can I roll to get hint? To help
No?
her?
Don't want it. No, tell me your secrets. Go away. Leave me here.
This is the rest of my life. This is absolutely happening right now. The argument is out loud. Yo, we got a lot more trials. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a whole paper here. This is the first one.
Oh boy.
This is how is this a trial? How is this a trial? I mean, it feels like one now because I'm the only one that can't get through, and everyone's just judging me. This motherfucker won't even say a word.
I've never had so much character development for Bellona in one session.
Man, Bellona's taking a long time.
The rest of you.
Is it just in a dark chamber? You know?
No,
like,
it's bright. So as soon as you guys
bright.
get out there, you notice it's like this endless sky of all these clouds outside.
But I'm in a
here.
different spot than him.
You are,
Like
but you
by
guys are constantly
ourselves.
walking forward, and you're at these next doors, and you continue to hear lower your walls, where Ulazal is walking through at this point. You're walking through, and you see still changing around you into this area. Then, like, it falls away. You can even see clouds below you, and it seems like you're walking through the clouds right now as all these marble passages keep shifting and changing. Sometimes you're completely enclosed. Sometimes it's almost open and worrisome. Like you feel like you're going to fall into the endless sky around you. Belfina and Mosnell are both standing by walls that are just hard in front of them. The other two are still inside the vortex as Bellona is chewing out Aerie for not doing shit.
I don't know. At the end of the day, I just want to understand Magnus more, I guess.
A door opens. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that.
Want to understand what
A
more?
pity door.
It's definitely a pity door. Spillano walks out pissed.
Yep.
Wait, what do you want to understand more?
Stupid trial.
Mugdis.
Don't worry about it.
Mugged it?
That's her god.
Mugdis. God of the
It's
hunt.
already been, oh, we
Yeah,
weren't
mug.
here for that either.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah, I'm
told
gonna mug
God of the
you.
Hunt is called. Just Airy, you're alone in there, and the 3 other people are staring at a wall.
This
and one
guy's
is
gonna
walking
DM
through.
it to you. I know his style.
Oh.
You don't get to know my secrets.
Oh.
I mean, nobody's in the room with
Your
me. so
character's
what
gonna be
can I
dead
say?
before we know.
Oh, what a guy.
What a
I
guy!
But actually, Reed, can we switch over to a different voice chat and you put on some headphones?
You can just DM it to me at this point.
Well,
Because headphones
You
are a
want us
pain
to
in the
tell
ass.
us?
I'll do it. I'll do the abridged because I was probably gonna speak for a little bit, but I'll just do the abridged version.
Yeah, do the abridged version because that will be horrible to try and get all that shit together and go on a new call and then redo the boxes. Just message me.
Door does not open.
That would be fun.
Come on, make him work for it.
Well, you had to work for yours, let me tell you.
I
The other,
know,
but 3 of you
bro.
are standing in front of doors right now. So, besides Ulzal, who's just walking through the skies.
This trial sucks.
This is incredible. I've never seen something so vast.
As you continue to walk through, you actually can see another one of those gates in the distance glowing, and it is glowing. That one would be white.
What you said.
I say a little bit more of a longer version of what I said out to the world.
Door open.
Yeah. The first door opens.
It
It opens
Oh,
up,
wow.
and you walk in, and now you all still have these walls in front of you.
Sick. All that effort just for a fucking wall.
The typhoon fades around you, and all of you can now see each other in a much larger circle with this wall all around, and no Ulazal, but the rest of the party is facing walls right now.
See you later,
Oh,
guys.
hey guys!
Oh, hello. I guess we've got more walls to take down.
Yes.
Tell me your secrets.
Somebody try punching it first.
I punch
Maybe
it.
this one will be different.
You punch it, and it is a solid wall.
Ouch.
It hurts your knuckles a little bit, but
No, it didn't.
it didn't admittedly hurt your knuckles.
Well, it's about opening up. You already know this a bit about me, Mazdal, but Belfina and Bellona. I grew up in a small town. Actually, I'm originally from Atul. Wait.
Yep.
Tet.
Oh, Tet.
That.
I'm originally from Atat.
Oh.
A small town called Valas, a few days from Clovis. I had a mother, a father, a brother. They perished during a bandit attack.
You see the wall start coming down a little bit.
Keep going.
My father worked as a leather worker. My mother was a seamstress. The style of that scarf that Belfina has, that's the style from the village.
It's quite nice. Where is Valis?
Southern Jalasia.
I grew up near there.
Do you know? It's west of Clovis.
I grew up.
It's kind of in the middle of three. It's within the middle of three different lakes, Lake Mohi, Lake Valas, and Lake Pinna.
I grew up just north of Clovis, so
You have been to Valas in your time.
I've been there, in fact.
He was not there when you visited through the place.
I don't think I saw you. Pretty run down.
No, this would have been quite a while back.
The walls
I
are
actually-
coming down.
I was looking back. In terms of elves, I should be a lot older for my estimated age
Yeah.
than I actually am. Because I originally started thinking like, oh, I should be like young 20s something, but
Yeah.
elves age slower.
Yeah.
So I'd probably be like 70s.
Yeah. That's
to be
fine.
in that
Yeah,
range.
no,
Yeah,
that's
that's fine.
accurate.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just as an
Yeah.
FYI. I left pretty soon. You probably wouldn't have ever run into me. I left quite soon after my family passed, and this was 50 years ago.
You're old.
The walls come down further. You guys can
I
now
just-
make a path.
All right, let's
Nice.
Turn that shit off. You don't get to know what? Nothing else.
Luzol, you're waiting right now on the edge. Your feet are hanging over the endless void below you. And it's not a void, rather, but like sky below you. Think Kingdom Hearts 3, you know how that skybox was? The door is there, but when you approached it, another wall came up, and there's giant inscription on it. So you can't read it, and you have no idea what's blocking the last door.
Well,
let's go forward.
All right. The group finally unpainfully walks forward, goes through the same shifting corridors, and sees this wide open skied area, giving you like wherever you are is far from where you started. You approach the door, Mosnell, you're able to read on the inscription. It says, "What do you desire most?"
This one says, "What do you desire most?"
Is this the same room as Ulazol, or are we still separate?
Yeah, and it's not even a room, it's like an open area. Like you guys can now just see where you started was like this chamber floating in the sky, and there's all these different like walls shifting through the air, floating through all sorts of like floating pyramids and floating architecture in here. Nothing of man-made sorts. It all looks alien in nature, and it does not. And there's no other people in here. There's no other animals. This looks very heavenly, as some may have described heaven.
I walk hearing that from Mosnell. I walk forward. I reach into my pocket and I pull out my original coin.
Yep.
I seek to avenge those I've lost and fight against the cruelty and malice in the world.
As you say that, and you put your coin towards it, you pass through the stone. On the opposite side, you see a gate, and above it, more giant shit you don't understand.
Well, now I'm waiting.
for the longest time, I was angry and I wanted revenge. But now that I have it, all I'm left with is more questions and loneliness and emptiness. But I guess what I want now is to follow what Tyr has and to help those along the way.
You push your hands on this as you're saying it, and you pass through.
Well, kind of already said it, but I just want to do right and follow the path of the hunt and understand it as best I can.
In you go as well. Following suit.
That's right! Let's go. First try.
Easy trial. I feel like
Back-to-back trial champions.
That is a Caleb City sketch waiting to happen. I kill ogres. What? What?
Yes.
Are you joking? Are you joking? Sorry.
Oh, no, that was perfect.
Two left. Belfina and Maznell are outside still.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes, I would like to find my mother's killer and bring justice to her memory.
Pass through.
I just stand there.
What do you?
This massive rock structure in front of you, all alone in the sky. There's just Belfina in this heavenly place, just like, oh.
That's a question.
Like, I just wanted to live in peace by myself.
Passes through.
You're Shrek.
I don't think you
Out
of my swamp.
Did Shrek kill ogres?
Killed the
He was the ogre. Yeah.
Right.
If another ogre came into Shrek's swamp, I do not doubt that he would have killed them in an instant.
Fair.
You're right.
As you guys enter here, Monsnell, you hear the voice again. The storm knows the true selves of everyone, of every creature, of every being. If you cannot be who you are not worthy to follow the storm. You have proven yourselves worthy. And then you see the gate shimmer on,
don't
even
know
though it was
that.
glowing white. This one just now, you can actually see like the whole thing come alive. Like it's thicker now, like the water one was before. This one was just glowing. It's now actually an active portal in front of you. And on it, it says Trial of Wind.
Oh, balls. I don't got any spells for that, guys.
Well, he said we're worthy, and this portal is for the Trial of Wind. Looks like one down.
Do you think this is gonna...
20,000 to go, and I step forward.
All right.
Does anyone need to be healed? How are we feeling?
Well, two have
I
already went in.
need healing.
I cast Cure Wounds at first level.
All right. As the other two, as you step in, this one doesn't feel like the Jello this time. This one feels like you're being pushed by a hurricane,
10 healing.
and you are just being
Yes.
tossed into wherever the next place is. 10 healing. The rest of you would go in.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Did I get 10 healing too?
No, just him. You have your balm, though. Don't forget about that.
As
Yeah.
you guys pass in and you feel this rush and gust of wind, you find yourself falling and falling and falling until you're hovering in air. All of you, Kingdom Hearts style, just are floating in this massive expanse of clouds and winds, and there's a dark, dark storm going on right now. You can see all kinds of lightning strikes going on in the far distance. Maznell, you hear, "The storm is unrelenting. No one can endure the storm forever. Will you blow the winds of change or be swallowed by the storm?" So as that happens, the wind starts picking up around all of you, and as you're all flying there, you start to feel it start to push you all apart. As you resist initially, you find yourselves dropped into an area underneath you. Not like a far drop, it's like the ground came up beneath your feet. And you find yourself floating on a chunk of ground, basically, caught up in this whirlwind. And there seems to be multiple posts here, one for each of you. You can choose to grab it, tie a rope, do whatever you want, or not. It's up to you.
I'm gonna take off my rope and just try and fasten myself around this post.
Okie dokie.
Yup.
All right. That's 2. Anybody else?
Same.
3, 4.
Yep.
All right. Everybody ties it around. Give me con saving throws as the storm hits you.
Using guidance.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
20.
22.
Save.
4.
Jesus. Failed.
10.
Well, add your
save.
That's
Whoa.
6 points
Okay.
of force damage as the winds cut your skin and you guys begin to bleed. It's like thousands of paper cuts as it hits you hard. The wind blows. Some of you, Belfina, off from her feet just by the rope coming back. The rest of you holding on as tight as possible, your weapons clinging to your body, some of them falling out, Ares' dagger whipping past them, grabbing it and bringing it back in as the storm hits each and every one of you. And then it settles down and you all have a chance to catch your breath.
It was 6 total
Yes.
damage.
So a half.
Is that
for everybody
already
else.
half?
Everybody else is halved.
Okay.
Let me get
So 3 half.
Everybody give me a con saving throw. As the wind picks up again.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, natural
Another
20.
16.
Nice. Good.
16.
Save.
7.
Save.
17.
I rolled high on the con save for once.
Everybody saves.
Hooray!
That is 11 points of force damage. As the wind picks up and you start to feel debris hitting you guys, knocking you further back. And once again you hear, "No one can endure this storm forever." And the winds pick up another time. Give me con saving throws.
18.
10.
Fail on the 10.
4.
23.
Save.
17.
Save.
Yes.
That is
18.
save. 17 points of force damage.
Ooh.
It's getting
8
damage eater.
As that last gust seems to almost rip you all, and the poles almost seem to come out from the very ground you stand on. You see in the sky another one of those, like, eyes of the storm open up. And as it does, you see a literal eye just unsheath and a light come down onto all of you.
17.
It is what you see the eye way above you. Storm is still swirling around you. You're all holding pace in the middle of this hurricane. What do you do?
Let me see. I've got things I can do.
Is it a light came down?
From an open eye.
Oh. I cast Sacred Flame on the eye.
Okay. Roll a hit.
It's a dex save.
It auto fails.
Okay.
So Will's all holding on to his rope and post. He then has a sacred flame shoots up, impacts the eye. It's unblinking.
That's one theory
Can
down.
I try to walk towards the light?
How far away is the eye?
The eye is probably about 40 feet above all of you. This is basically a flat surface you guys are floating on in the air with these posts. The eye's light covers the entirety of the island. It's shining down on all of you right now.
Oh, it's the whole island.
Yep.
I don't have any way to stop the wind right now. There's
I don't think
nothing-
it's about stopping it.
Well, it's about changing it. The winds of change. Where's the wind coming from?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Wonderful.
You may mistake this for the elemental plane of wind, but I assure you it's not.
Oh, wonderful.
It is a distant relative. Twice.
Wind plane adjacent.
Anybody want to do anything?
Do you have a dispel magic, maybe?
Give me con saving throws.
Oh, God.
10.
How much?
10.
Fail.
15.
12.
Save. Fail.
17.
20
Save.
total.
Save. 19 points of force damage.
Ooh.
I am unconscious.
Oh, shit. Belfina is just drifting now, attached to that rope.
I cast Healing Word.
You're
Oh,
back up.
now you cast it.
You're back up. Consciousness returns to you as the winds continue to bludgeon all of you, giving you guys wicked whiplash as you are inside a hurricane.
Can I pull
I
up
try
the
to
post?
walk to the center of the eye.
Could try. You walk, do you, like, with your rope on, or you cut your rope off?
Yeah, I'll keep the rope on.
You can't quite make it to the center of the eye if you have your rope on.
Can I cut or untie it and try to climb up?
There's nothing to climb, but you could untie your rope and go towards the center. I know it's a 60-foot rope, but as you go all 60 feet, and you're not towards the center, even though this is like a 30-foot island. And you look at your
I'll cut
rope,
the
and it's
rope.
completely taut.
Weird.
I'm gonna take my rope off and make my way to the center.
Yep.
Give me a con
Same.
saving throw, both of you, as you do that.
Oh.
Dex saving throw.
Dex.
Dex.
Same.
Dex saving throw. Dex saving throw.
Let's go. 25.
Ooh. 27.
Alright. The two of you, as the wind
Hey, I went.
push against your bodies, the two of you stagger through it. You push through. You see each other like you're opposite sides as everyone's watching you come toward the center of this light. And as you push and your eyes are constantly blinking from the winds that are coming forth, when you meet at the center, you two look drastically different.
3. I went 2.
There's 3.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh no,
I said I went
you
two.
didn't go yet. It was just the two of them first. They
I
did
thought
their
Mazda was
dex-
going.
I
Mazda's
went.
coming. You're
Yeah.
coming, but you were still on your rope. You were still checking out the
Okay,
top of the
okay,
rope.
okay.
They did it instantly. You're doing it next.
Okay.
Ari appears to you, Bellona. His eyes sunken in, and you can see this large, or this eminent glowing from him. All blackness surrounds his eyes, so much so you can't even see a lot of his features anymore. Inside the purple of his eyes, you can see all sorts of black markings inside them. His skin, the tattoos, more visible on each side of him, all making a concise pattern. And you see the clothing he wears has these symbols you don't recognize all throughout his armor and on his pants, his leather studded pants going down. Ari, you see on Bellona a much older looking Bellona. You see her hair cut almost buzzed at this point. You see her outfit resembles that of plate armor, but is melded into that of God, what is it? Basically the thief's armor from the Thieves Guild. Nightingale armor.
Nightingale.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
Nightingale armor all over her. And you see the symbol of Muddis at the center of it. And you can see different types of crossbow weaponry on her and strange contraptions all over her person.
Strange.
As the two of you meet eyes, you disappear.
We
Well-
passed. Let's go.
Seeing that. untie myself, take my rope.
Give me a dex saving throw.
The three-peat!
What'd you get, Mosnell, as you come toward the center?
I got a 21.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
8.
8. You take.
Yeah, bring it, pal. Oh boy. Oh boy. You're conscious. Return the favor.
22
I'm unconscious.
points of force damage as you get ripped into the storm, and you're circling around and around, and you get slammed in front of Mosno.
Owie.
As Mosno finds you at the center of this.
Do you need more? Here you go.
Belfina, with what little health you have right now, you see Mosno's limp of a body splat.
Ooh, nice rolls.
12. You come back to consciousness. And Ulazal almost...
Oh, nice! Max healing!
Wow!
So that's
18?
30.
Oh,
Yeah, that's 30 total. Nice job,
Dang.
dude.
Ulazal, you come back pretty well. And you feel refreshed, almost like you had a great nap.
I mean, I'm still not great, but
Looking up, you see Mosnil this time with a much tighter looking beard to him, covered in armor of reds and golds.
not my barbarian.
He has at the center, you see the symbol that Ralia pointed out, and it has the God of War symbol in the center of his chest. You see a battle axe at his back, and what would be like a Spartan helmet
Okay.
over his face.
Okay, I get it.
And there is a gemstone deep inside the center of the chest of this individual, of the armor set.
Damn.
And you see on the ground at Ulazal, armor covered in golds. It seems to be made of solid gold. The scales are ever present of tears markings all over him. And it would even seem like there's a story etched into the entirety of this armor that he wears. The cloak, the armor ends where his hood pulls up, and at his side you can see a multitude of scrolls, books, and in his hand some sort of gemstone. And you disappear. Bellono, Belfina, I'm your band. You're all banned. No more beans anymore. I hate this game.
My next character's name is Bethany.
She's dead. Roll a new one. We can go through every B name you can think of.
Heather.
What was that?
Heather.
Heather's all right.
Heather's all right.
All right. Anyway, make a dex save if you want to join everyone in the center.
Thank you for that.
She's dead.
Okay, Dad.
14.
You save.
Hooray!
Oh man.
Well, that's still bad though.
She's,
Okay.
as she walks in.
Oh, wait, you said Dex?
Yes.
It's actually only 12.
Still saves.
Yeet.
You walk into the center. Oof, even your own fucking wife leaves you hanging, man.
No,
That's
it's
a-
because I was listening to the nice description while she was trying to tell me a story, so I was like, wait, no, I want to hear this. And she's like, what?
I'm trying to show you one thing.
What were you going to show me?
Ryan's face.
Was Ryan's face good?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It's
always
not anymore.
It's still
was
good
like-
in my book.
Like, look, he's so into it. And then Zach's like,
I'm so into it.
I'm so paying attention.
shut up! I don't care about you.
As Belfina walks in, Ulazal, you see bramblewood etched armor all around Belfina. She still has her tin hat on, but underneath it is like those like what people do when you're out, ski masks basically, but not like I'm gonna rob your ski mask. It's the ones that come around your face like this, so you can breathe and everything. It's beneath the helmet and the armor set, and the armor has even a collar to it, and it has the symbol of Cretula on it, and all these different vine wrappings all throughout on there. She's wielding a staff with multitudes of stones on them, and they're all glowing different colors.
Cool.
And on her, you can see a lot more bags and pouches on her belt that are probably filled with a lot of really interesting things. And then the two of you zoom up into the eye. As you guys enter into the eye, you all appear as you once were, not as you guys saw each other inside the eye. On another floating island, and you see this giant tree in front of you. The tree's branches reach out far and wide, and there's no longer a horrible hurricane or storm above you. It's just this floating rock and within the air. At the base of the tree, there is another gate.
I'm gonna pop a healing potion.
Wait, we could just take some time and rest. We could just short rest, right?
You can try anything you want.
Do you guys think we should,
We should take an hour.
I think there's nothing wrong with the break.
All right, you guys take a short rest. Anybody taking a watch?
Oh, I'll take
Nope.
it.
I have 30 HP, so I can, if you guys are more
I
hurt
think
than
you
that.
can watch during a show.
I have
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, you can still.
Like we can all.
Oh, okay,
watch.
yeah.
So give me a
It has
perception.
to be nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, tending to wound.
So I'll just keep a lookout.
Everybody give me a perception check.
Natural 20.
16.
Okay. Natural 20.
19.
Natural 20 is leading the pack.
Give me that hit dice. Cleric hit dice are weird.
Delana, do you want to roll perception check, or you don't give a shit?
21.
21? All right.
Natural 20 for how many total?
Maz, no, I'm giving him the success anyway.
What? Perception 23.
Okay, so Mazan does lead the pack. Mazan, you do notice below you what seems to be an endless sky. It seems to be like all clouds. Isn't actually that. And you can see, it's familiar to your dream, but this is white instead of black, a serpent endlessly coiling on itself beneath you all. And
Oh.
And through the skies, you actually see these serpentine creatures flying through with these blacks, reds, and yellows through the clouds up here. This seems to be one of their homes. Looking into the tree, there's all sorts of nests to these flying sky creatures. None of them have wings. They are just able to glide through the air. And as the clouds seem to follow them as they guide through.
Those are interesting. I'll point them out.
We're at exactly the same HP. I don't even know how we did that.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's probably just because we're married.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, you mean Justin cry?
That's it then.
Would I recognize these creatures from any books I've read?
You can make a history check.
I'm great at those.
I want to make this check too because I'm a druid and I probably know things.
Sure.
16.
What check are we making? History?
You would be an animal check.
Okay.
If you're a druid, that'd be probably higher than your history.
Yeah, that's
You did
significantly
16?
higher.
All right. Let me see what anybody else checking does.
That's a 12.
Okay. Anybody else checking, or just you two?
Probably just us.
Okay. These creatures here definitely seem creatures of myths and lore. Both of you with those rolls can recognize them as flying serpent creatures, very obviously enough. Their names escape you at the moment with those rolls, and where their heritage and lore came from also escaping you. But I'll say with the 15, you feel like there's relation to the Valkyries.
16.
16, you feel like there's relation to the Valkyries.
Okay. Interesting.
Those are those flying serpents. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like right on the tip of my tongue. I can't quite.
That's weird. Why would you say that?
Well, we can tell they're flying serpents. That's like,
No, they
Just
have a
look at
name. They have a name. I'm sorry.
You guys get your short rest.
I'm getting old.
You all bash on Ulazal. Everybody can roll an extra dice, d6 of health for that, because that felt really good. I'm not joking.
And I got a 6.
I already maxed my health, so.
10
Jeez.
HP.
All right. So above the next door,
Oh, we're not the same anymore.
it says Trial of Ice.
Oh man.
I'm excited for this one.
You guys walk through?
this is the trial of ice.
It is.
Everyone dressed warm.
We do have the clothes we got from the Northland. So
You do.
it's-
No, you absolutely do.
Yeah.
So that does help. They're waterlogged, but not as much anymore. And here they weren't as waterlogged. The
You
wind
know,
literally blew them away.
if this was the morning and I had all my spell slots, I would control water to take them all out. But you know, if I was a sorcerer, I could do that with prestidigitation. But you know,
You all walk through, and that's where we'll end the session tonight. That's all I'm trying to do.
I was like, is he gonna go or is he gonna?
You're going through where we'll end tonight's session.
All right.